Hey guys, so I know I kinda just took a big long break, but I kinda maybe forgot just a little bit that I'm going to have to postpone Fox's Creed just for a bit as I tweak the plot twists and the plot itself and I don't have a few chapters done. I'm pretty sure my edits to it got deleted, but I do have this one last chapter, and hopefully it's a pretty good cliffhanger-ish, just to, spice things up a bit, get you entertained, and hopefully you'll still watch my other videos, because I will definitely be putting other videos up still. But that's all. Back to, the chapter. Chapter 9. Ooh. They walked through the village for a while. "His name is Irino," Freya said, pointing to a little shack down the road. "He sells dumplings and soup," Freya added. "Maybe we can get some lunch or something." Summer giggled, looking up at the girl on her head. Freya smiled and ran ahead. "I'll meet you there," she laughed. Summer picked up her pace and watched Freya stop in front of the hut. "Irino, are you there?" Freya chuckled. He was sitting with a worried look. "Oh, hello. Have you seen my—" He stopped and looked to see who it was. "Ah, hello, Freya. Have you seen my daughter?" He chuckled. She smiled. "Well, I think I have, but while I think, can you get me 2 bowls of dumplings?" She beamed and handed him the money. He gave a confused smile and started preparing the bowls. Summer then walked up and Yurno yelped, but sighed as Freya hugged her. "What took you so long?" Freya chuckled. "Well, I had a heavy luggage," she laughed, grabbing the girl. Yurno burst with happiness. "Felicie, you're all right," he chuckled. He grabbed the girl and hugged her. "Do not run off like that again," he smiled. "Thank you, young lady," Yurno chuckled, handing her the bowls. "Now, what's your name?" he said softly, with a small smile pointed to Summer. "I'm Summer," she said, grabbing some chopsticks. Was his accent fake, or was it just really bad? Or different? Was she mistaking his accent for something else? "That's a nice name," he said softly, leading Felicie to the back of the hut. Summer and Freya ate the dumplings. "These are great," Summer chuckled in between eating the dumplings. Irino chuckled and started making more for his next customers. They finished their dumplings and said goodbye. "We'll visit again, Irino," Freya said softly, waving at Felicie. Summer shyly waved goodbye and held Freya's shoulder as they left. They walked through the street, and Summer tried to ignore all of the stares she was getting, but she blew up when she saw April down the road. "Whoa, nice fish," April said, observing the seller's product. Arcuda was a wolf minotaur with a ponytail and a long dragon sword. "Yes, maybe we should get some," Arcuda said, putting some in the wagon. April smiled and paid the manager of the hut. Summer ran down the street and scooped April in her arms. April was surprised and yelped, but realized who it was. Arcuda clutched her sword by her shoulder. "Who is this?" she said softly and straight. Arcuda thought about all of April's friends that she was told about, then loosened up and her eyes widened. April started hugging Summer back. "Why didn't you take me with you?" Summer chuckled. Arcuda smiled. "You're Summer, yes?" she said blankly. Freya caught up and leaned on the wagon. "Yep, Summer is April's protector, and April is Summer's snuggly wuggly bear." Freya said sarcastically. Summer opened her eyes and let go of April. No, we're just friends. What makes you say that? I mean, not that way. I mean, we're not, Summer blushed purple all over. I'm not treating her like that, but... Summer was shocked. April softly blushed as well. Yeah, she giggled softly, looking at the ground. Arcada was shocked. No one had told her that part yet. Oh, wait, I'm sorry Freya said that it that way, but I'm actually the same way about, someone else, Arcada said, rubbing her neck. Freya started to chuckle and ruffled Summer's hair. Okay, she scoffed playfully. They barely bought a couple of items before an army broke out and started attacking the village of eels. They were 10 times the size of the village of eels. They burned the huts and put out villagers in the center of town. Summer! April screamed as 3 soldiers ran up to her. Summer smashed into them and shielded April from an arrow. She growled and looked at Freya and Arcada. The soldiers had minotaur horns and markings that symbolized the Minnow village. Arcada was running to the tallest building she could find, and Freya was going to Irino. So Summer was alone to protect April. Get the demon! A soldier shouted.
Oh my gosh!
Kill them.
Protect April!
Oh, hey, we stayed pretty quiet. Oh, what did he call us?
Kill!
We're gonna die!
Summer kicked a spear that was going towards April. She grabbed a couple of rocks from the road and threw them up. Then they fell down towards Summer. Stay away! Summer shouted, kicking the rocks. They then caught fire and zipped through the air, hitting the attacking soldiers. She felt herself getting hotter and hotter, and ran toward the crowds of soldiers with no fear. Then she burst into flames. April was pressing herself against a metal pole, watching Summer. For Minnow Village! An armored soldier shouted, throwing a blood-chain net. It barely missed Summer. She shouted in pain as it burned her leg. She stood in front of April and growled. Oh no! Blood chains.
For Minnow Village?
Save April!
Protect April!
I'm scared.
Owie.
The man grabbed the net and stared at Summer. Back in the Minotaur mansion, Fuxo woke up and thrashed wickedly. Moonfox opened his eyes and glanced at Fuxo. What? Your collar is supposed to be keeping you at rest, he whispered, squinting at Fuxishu. Stay back! Freya shouted as soldiers tried getting Irino and his daughter. She blasted the soldiers away, but she wasn't doing enough. Moonfox, they're in trouble, Fuxo growled, biting at the bars. There was a 3-colored aura floating around Fuxishu, black, red, and brown. Moonfox huffed. The Minnow Village, I guess. They tried to take my mansion years ago. Moonfox growled, staring at his axes. Arcada got on top of the tower and caught her breath. Now, she whispered, as she grabbed out the dragon horn. The sound was like 10 dragons roaring in rage, and it was Arcada's call for help. Summer looked back at April, but she was staring at the soldier. He loaded the net on his back. What are you? He hissed, grabbing an axe that was blood-fused. Summer looked at the man, full of fear. She stood there, waiting to move. Moonfox stood up in anger and shock. The dragon horn, he whispered. Then he grabbed his axe and shouted for his army. They're gone, sir. You sent them to help the wolf village, Bachon grunted as Mataro and Vex came in. Mataro and Vex looked at the horizon. Freya, Mataro whispered, looking at Vex. Arcada glanced down at Summer, but looked again when she saw them cornered. Summer coughed. Kill me then, if you want April so bad. April grabbed Summer's arm. "No!" she shouted, tears covering her face. The man tightened his grip on the axe. "Geez, it's like you want to marry a demon," he scoffed. "I'm only half," Summer growled. She grabbed his axe with her human hand and kicked his face with her demon foot. It ripped the axe right out of his hand, and Summer was the only one carrying it now. "Commander!" a soldier shouted, running over with a bunch of others. Summer was smashed to the ground, but she didn't even feel it, because she went unconscious a second before. April was about to be killed when Summer burned through the men, darting to soldier, killing them instantly. The village was almost completely destroyed, and Freya was in her fox form, shielding Irino and Felici. A distraught howl burst through the smoke, and at the entrance of the burning village was Mataro and Vex, sitting in their fox forms, with Moonfox standing on Foxishu's head. If it wasn't intense enough, I'm pretty sure there are 2 more chapters to this, battle. And if it doesn't make sense why there's just randomly a battle, trust me, it kind of will make sense. And if you look at the map, Minnow Village is definitely bigger than the Village of Eels, but the Village of Eels gets more credit. So maybe this is a revenge story. Or just jealousy, maybe? Who knows? We'll just have to find out later. Goodbye.